This video is going to be a Hydromancy world predictions video type of going into 2019, what major events might take place. I'm trying to understand the way current politics are going on in the world, and so I feel that I needed to do a divination of things to come, like major issues that we might face in 2019. So this is another Hydromancy divination video. What I see with Vladimir Putin and Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, they have just made a very important deal that will destabilize the United States. This is in concerns with oil. America is in big trouble now. The start of World War III is going to begin. And the race for resources are never going to be more important as they are now. Vladimir Putin he has sealed a deal with Saudi Arabia that will be the detriment to the United States. Donald Trump is very upset about this deal, and he feels majorly duped at the G20 meetings. What is happening is pretty important because to the build-up, climate change. Climate change is the important thing here because it is a race to resources in the Arctic. Russia is gearing up to combat and take over the Arctic. The G20 meeting was a pact between Russia and Saudi Arabia to gain more oil and cap and financial wealth in exchange between the two countries. Russia is flexing its superpower might in Crimea in order to take back the Ukraine and further its aggressions into Europe. This is a return to Cold War politics. This will lead to World War III. The key here that both the United States, Russia, and all in Europe, parts of Europe, I see like towards the top, wait, Canada, they're all preparing to increase global warming in order to get resources. The earthquake. The earthquake. The earthquake in Alaska is an example of more earthquakes to come in Alaska. Because the Arctic is splitting apart. Oh my. Putin. He has built an empire, a basis of a militaristic empire up in the Arctic. He knows there's a lot of resources there that will be valuable to Russia. This will further further his domination of the world. Vladimir Putin is king of the world. He will take over Russia. He will dismantle the U.S., take over the U.S., but I'm not sure if nukes are going to be used. They may be one, maybe two, maybe three, maybe more. But I see more complex methods of warfare. Robots, drones. New York is in danger by Russian aggression. Putin will take over New York and domain control over it. China will intervene to help California. Now this is... why is there's internal conflict? What side are we choosing? What side are we choosing in America? Are we choosing blue or red? Blue or red? You cannot be... you have to choose blue or red. I don't know what... I think that means you have to choose between your between China and Russia. China and Russia, yeah. We have to choose between China or Russia-backed America. Now this is going longer into Trump's presidency beyond 2019. This can go into 2020 because I feel why is the United States dismantling? Trump's impeachment is dismantling the United States. The United States is very vulnerable right now. This all has to deal with oil. Oil prices are skyrocketing in the United States. This is creating problems similar to what is happening in France right now. Oil prices are dismantling the United States. We cannot sustain our oil from the Middle East anymore. Putin has decided that he's going to buy it all. And the United States, like France, will begin to riot. This is towards 2020. No, 2019 into 2020 through 2020. No? Yes, 2020. No. The United States will not win this war. The United States can't win this war. We're too weak at this point. China is offering wealth to the United States. But Russia will teach us freedom. It's sad. That the United States fell like this. We couldn't win anymore. Oh boy, it was bad. It's bad. The United States will suffer. Okay, so this is what is going to happen. Obama is the United States' last president. Donald Trump will rule a section of the United States, the southern half. The United States will be split. It will be split and dismantled. But Donald Trump will reign a section of the United States. And it looks like Nancy Pelosi will be guiding a Democratic takeover of the other half. Nancy Pelosi was born year of the dragon. Donald Trump was born year of the dog. They are incompatible. Therefore, you have to choose your king or queen in this instance. But Donald Trump will rule the red half, and Pelosi and her coalition will run the other half, the blue half. And this all starts with Putin at the G20 summit. Donald Trump was not happy about this one. Donald Trump's gonna have a hard time clearing his historic name in this one. He had to come down to, I'm sorry, but he had to, let's see, yep, he had to bend to the mercy of Putin. Because Putin is in charge. One more. And it's all because of resources. Resources coming from Saudi Arabia to gain more resources in the north. Arctic. More dead polar bears. It's a race to melt the Arctic. More earthquakes. They're racing to melt it all as quick as they can. They want the world to melt the Arctic now. It's a race. Oh my, what a mess everything's turning. Yes. And finally. America will be like split like North and South Korea. North and South Korea. We will be like North and South Korea. Asia will help the blue. Oh, why do I see Europe getting... Yeah, I think Putin nuked Europe. Putin nuked Europe. He shot some nukes at Europe. He was like, this shit ain't going down. I'm taking you guys over now. Oh, God. So that was my world prediction for this hydromancy. I noticed a lot of it circumvented around the G20 summit meeting with the handshake that sealed the deal for Putin's domination of the world with Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. So I feel that there's one more thing that I need to add and tell you about. When the United States is dismantled, the demilitarized zone will be set up in my hometown of Salina, Kansas. That will be where the demilitarized zone of the United States will be at its peak. It is the middle point of the United States before it divides. Refugees, American refugees, trying to get to Canada. Mexicans or Latin American and South American migrants, they will be the army of the Democrats. They are bringing them into America to be their army. We have to decide and understand that Putin is the king of the world. Well, I'm glad I live in Salina, Kansas. Because this is where it's all going to divide. Between I-135 going north to Canada and south to Mexico, and I-70 going eastern coast to the western coast of the United States. And it will all be right here where I live, where it will divide. Well, that was my hydromancy example or prediction It's a 2019 to 2020-ish type of prediction going into 2020. So these are just major events that are taking place, and these events will happen within that time frame, maybe a little longer, but it all really comes down to climate change at this point, and what we're going to do about it, and how it's going to really affect the condition of the United States in the future. So that was my kind of like a world prediction for this next coming year, and how Vladimir Putin is crowned the king of the world. All right. Thank you for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.